Two.
Welcome back to the Game Called Life podcast.
Today we're drawing a forest of elephants.
And an airplane
Of elephants.
with one engine out, plummeting
spiraling towards our forest.
towards the elephants.
Oh no.
Here it comes, the graceful
You could call
airplane.
it a recreation of the literary novel Hatchet in
By
just
Mozart.
one artistic piece.
You really could, Josh.
All right, what's up, universe? This is Game Called Life podcast, episode 2. I'm one of your hosts, Josh Brigolari. To my left, Mr. Cole Penrice.
Hello, everybody.
And to my right, Mr. Zach Pittman.
He gets a last
Dramatic pause for the pit.
name. Nobody saw it coming. Welcome back.
You thought you were just getting Zach.
He does have a last name. Middle
Surprising.
name? Don't know.
To be announced.
Okay, that's
Say
a
E3 next year.
that's a TBA. Still
Sorry, guys.
work
Stay
in progress.
tuned for Zach's middle name.
By Nintendo. Wow, another unveiling by Nintendo.
Oh,
This is
man.
a big one, Josh.
Dude, speaking of Nintendo, Nintendo killed it at E3.
They killed it so much that me and my little brother bought a Wii U.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
You
I heard
what?
about that.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Have you played it yet?
I haven't gotten to. I haven't had time to sit down and play it.
Mm.
So
Oh,
hopefully
so-
I'm playing it soon. And it's
Nice.
whenever he's not playing it. So
Dude, that's
game time.
I want a Wii U now.
they're pretty cool.
Like,
I wanted one ever since we went into that GameStop, and he kind of went over the specs for it. But
oh, I remember that. That was a long time ago.
yeah, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me.
He was telling us about the 1080p online
Mhm.
features and.
It's got some good specs on it, like you said.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good piece of hardware. Just I don't know why people don't like it.
I don't know either.
I guess
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, people are still playing their Wiis, I presume, and that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, I was reading something like, what was it? One of these. It was an iPhone game that got more sales in the quarter than Nintendo did. What was
Really?
the game?
Gosh.
Oh,
One game.
yes. It
one
was just
iPhone
one
game.
game. I'm trying to think of the game. It was pretty popular. Oh well, if I think of it later, we'll
Yeah.
come back to it. But
Yeah, that's. I
Is
mean, that's
it
what's
free,
so
though?
sad.
I think it was like one of those in-app purchase games.
Okay.
Yeah, like Clash or something
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. I think the Vita almost outsold the Wii
Wow.
or something like that this last month.
The
I
Wii
believe.
U?
Yeah, the Wii U. I feel like I don't recall exactly. It was in a podcast beyond I was listening to. But yeah, PlayStation's been doing really well. E3 was really good for them.
Mhm.
Before we get into other E3 stuff, though, we did get a question for one of our last podcasts. It was a little late, but we're going to use it today.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and address it right here. Larsasaurus. Ooh,
Oh, that was a rough one.
I stumbled
At
over there.
Lars
At
Asaurus.
Larsasaurus said, what geographically location within your household is your favorite to consume food?
What
What about you, Josh? Where do you eat?
My desk, honestly,
Your
in my
desk?
room. Yeah, that's probably where I eat the most food. It's just I'm always, if I'm at home and I'm eating, it's in my room because I'm playing Hearthstone or maybe on my PS4, but most likely Hearthstone. And it's right there on my computer desk. I eat and play games.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to do the both separately.
Yeah, I will either eat at my desk while I'm playing PS4, PS3, etc., or I will sprawl out on my couch, eat a couple breakfast burritos from McDonald's. That's usually whenever I go bring food home,
Yeah.
and throw
Mm.
on some either Netflix or some podcasts.
Oh, nice.
Sounds nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
your pre-sleep sched.
That's my pre-sleep
Yeah.
pre-sleep dinner.
Pretty
Morning,
dinner.
my pre-sleep dinner breakfast.
Dinner breakfast.
Dinner.
We'll
You
call
didn't
it
see that
Brenner.
one coming. No, that's
Brenner.
breakfast for dinner.
How about Deckfist?
How
Sounds like
about
a weird German holiday, honestly.
how about Brupper?
Brupper?
Brupper.
No, I was gonna say Supfest.
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 I like that.
Supfest 2012.
For Truther, my brother.
Just
Your
made the
favorite jam band.
the broest meal of the day.
Supfest.
I think my place to eat would definitely be in the kitchen immediately after the food is prepared.
Like
Like, you don't
straight
even
from the
bother
straight
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
pot.
Because usually it's me waiting the 45 seconds or whatever to get in queue for League of Legends.
Oh,
So that's about my cook prep time.
jeez,
And
45
then-
seconds. That's
Mhm.
that's amazing time. I mean,
Well, then I insta-lock my character, and then
Okay.
I've got like 2 minutes to eat.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, there we
Jeez,
go.
Iron Chef like takes a whole hour. You're doing this shit in 45 seconds. I mean,
Today we made chicken piccata in 45 seconds, and it's just a
And
raw
ate it in
slab
2
of
minutes.
chicken.
easy,
Delicious.
Easy Mac.
It's just a
not
chicken.
even fully cooked.
A live chicken.
This pasta
Oh.
is still hard, and it's just in lukewarm water. Actually,
Oh.
that's all you're eating,
Yeah, it didn't even get boiled. Straight out of the tap.
straight out of the tap.
Just tappy water.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but I'd definitely eat in my room. I love eating in my room.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, what else did you
There you go,
guys?
Larzosaurus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout
Thank
out to
you. Thanks for the
Larzosaurus.
question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our good buddy.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, just, tweet at us at GCL Podcast on Twitter. Ask your questions. They'll get on the show for definitely because
Yeah,
no one
regardless,
tweets at us.
We literally
Yeah.
answer every single question.
So yeah,
We're 100% questions
I
answered
mean,
right now.
we're
Yeah.
not swamped.
Get it while it's hot.
Yes. Not when it's cold, unless it's ice cream.
Or
then get it when it's
lukewarm.
cold.
Because
hard
that's the best
pasta.
way to eat ice cream.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys see any other things in E3 that you were excited about?
What didn't I see at E3 that I'm not excited that
that's
I'm excited
basically
about?
the sum up question that I
Um,
should have asked.
I missed Microsoft's press conference. Okay, honestly, the only one I watched was PlayStation, but I was basically reading Twitter while Microsoft was going on, so I got like a
Mhm.
live feed, and man, that a lot of stuff like. I mean, sounded, I guess, since it was Twitter,
Yeah.
sounded really good.
You got to always take into account who's tweeting it. So.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of just different, I don't know, because I follow a lot of PlayStation people, and they were
Mhm.
just tweeting Xbox stuff, and everyone almost I follow on Twitter, and it was great. But I was really excited about PlayStation, obviously. Just being a PlayStation fanboy, it was
Mhm.
kind of a given. PlayStation 4 is going to be amazing
Yes.
in the next year.
That's what I was
even
saying.
this fall, Destiny, holy crap! We can talk about Destiny
Oh,
later.
yeah.
The alpha was awesome, but very, very psyched for that game in the fall. And I don't even care what else is going to come out. That's probably going to take up most of my time.
Yeah.
The crew and other things like that, I'm pretty excited for. But there's just so many hours in a day, and I'm really excited for Destiny right now. But we were talking about just before Wii U.
The Wii U.
Yeah, in Nintendo's press conference, and they're bringing a lot of great games to the table.
Oh, yeah. Super excited for Smash Bros. About to come out. I've talked about that previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one game that I've really been looking forward to playing because the last one hasn't come out for about 4 years. So
Yeah, it's been a while.
it's good to see new stuff.
Yeah, I think, I mean, just in a business sense, Nintendo's being pretty smart. With the, what were they called? Amiibos or what were they called?
Mii's?
No, it's a new peripheral, the little action figure thing that you stick on the Mii pad and you put them into games. They're like little figurines.
Ooh.
Come on.
I haven't seen anything of this.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
It's new news to me.
Dude, Zach.
I'm sorry.
I forget what the name is. Cole, you got to clutch Google for me?
Let's Google.
But they're little figurines, and you put them. They interact with the Mii
Are you talking
touchpad.
Are you talking about just a game that came out that did that
No.
like a couple years ago?
No,
Okay.
it's a new peripheral.
Amiibo.
Amiibo. That's what I
Yep.
thought.
You're
Josh
right.
was right.
I felt retarded.
Amiibo.
Yeah, because it's got the
Exactly how you
Mii
expect
in the
Nintendo to
middle.
spell it,
and Mii.
too.
Classic.
So yeah,
Nintendo.
Amiibos are great. They're coming out. You can use them in like Smash Brothers and all this stuff. They're like special characters or like special versions. You can get like Pikachu and crap. They're little figurines, so it kind of goes along the lines with the Skylander stuff because that's
Okay,
so
that's what I was thinking
popular
whenever you
right
were
now.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just I think it's smart business for Nintendo to get the kids interested in that kind of stuff.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
And it
not
brings
even
back
kids.
the just like nostalgic feeling of having an action figure. Too.
Yeah, like
That's
it's
just
it's
like, wow,
people.
I could
Yeah.
use this and
like,
put
I
it
know
into a virtual
people-
video game. That's cool. That's a
Mhm.
cool idea.
It gives people our age an excuse to go back.
Yeah,
to the-
because
yeah,
I
to
was
the
seeing
good
on
old
Twitter,
days
people
and-
were going crazy about it. Like that's our age or older. They're like, "Oh man, these are great. Going to get a Pikachu and all this stuff, just like for nostalgia sake." So I think that's a really smart move by Nintendo because that's
Definitely,
going
definitely.
to sell like crazy. People buy that crap all the time. But also a bunch of their games. That weird shooter, I forget the name of, with like the paint or whatever. You like paint the town and you can like turn into a squid. And man, you didn't watch that.
I was working all of E3.
Yeah,
the
I
whole
twittered
weekend.
that too.
I was probably sleeping all of E3.
Probably.
I watched a lot of the Sony E3 or
Okay.
the press conference.
Yeah, that was
But
my favorite,
that
obviously.
was all I got to.
Man, E3 is like, I love E3. It's just like
I
this.
really want to go.
It's like a Super Bowl for gaming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like a gamer's holiday.
Yeah, for real.
It's like you've got Memorial Day and then you got E3.
Not saying that Memorial Day is a gamer's holiday, but
No, I mean they're two totally different holidays.
I don't know. I used my Memorial Day for gaming, so.
I think I did too. Yeah,
So.
Happy
actually.
holiday to me.
Oh man, but yeah, E3, PS4 is gonna rock it. A lot of great
Yeah.
looking games. Uncharted 4, it's gonna be good. I need to catch up on the PS3 ones.
Yep. I still haven't made any progress on the first one.
Jeez,
I got to this one part where you have a jet ski and then you like have to maneuver your way all the way through
Oh.
like the banks and stuff.
Yes, I remember
And then
watching that.
you get out and you fight a fight. And I would first of all, it took me forever to get through the river or whatever you're driving through in the jet ski. It took me forever. And then, so I had to keep restarting that. And then I got to the fight, and I kept dying, and it would start me all the way back to the jet ski part. I'm like,
That's just
Come
too
on.
tedious to keep up with for me. I couldn't do
right.
that.
Right.
Yeah. Are you like on a super hard difficulty or is it just?
I usually start games on normal. I might
Yeah.
up it one. Recently, I started, maybe if there's 4 difficulties, I've started trying out the third one on certain games.
I remember that part. I don't remember it giving me excruciating amounts of trouble, just because it was so long ago. But yeah, that sucks. I hate when like mechanics and small just things in the story ruin the gameplay experience and just stops you dead in your tracks.
Yeah.
I loved the first Uncharted. I thought it was a great game. Second and third are definitely way better. I mean, the franchise has come a long ways, and that's a really old game. The first one is. But I'm looking forward to the new one, and I'm actually really super excited about Little Big Planet 3. The first one was
Yeah,
a ton of fun.
That looked very fun.
I
It
put-
looked like a great party game.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's a great multiplayer game. The first two were. I didn't play much of the second, but the first one I put a lot of hours into that, and just the story, just playing it alone. The levels are so great. The side scrolling is a ton of fun, and it's got some really unique mechanics with the materials and the make out of the levels themselves, and very unique and just, I don't know, crazy stuff. Different studio, not Media Molecule anymore.
Who's the studio that's producing it?
I don't remember their name, but they took over. They did. Shoot, I want to say they did a Little Big Planet before this. Maybe the one on Vita, or maybe the carding one. But yeah, Sony has taken that. It's a second party studio, so still
Okay.
really close to Sony, and
Gotcha.
they've given them the rights to this Little Big Planet game. And the play that they did, the gameplay that you saw that they showed looked great. 3 new characters with like different abilities. It's gonna multiply the levels and the complexity and the different mechanics that are involved, and I'm super excited for that game. Like besides all the other like AAA titles and such, just to try to get. I don't know. I'd love to get my girlfriend to play video games. that might be
it's
one
definitely like
that
an open door.
yeah,
where
that can.
she'll be like, oh, I could try this out.
Yeah, it's easy. It's simple. It's side scrolling. It's cute.
Oh yeah,
Cute's a big thing.
definitely.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I love them. I'm looking forward to it regardless.
Hmm. Should be a fun one to get your hands on. Definitely let me know when you do come over and play that with you.
Yeah, we'll have to make it an event for sure. I
Absolutely.
actually let my girlfriend play the first chapter of The Last of Us the other day,
Okay.
and she was like she was into it. She was struck by it.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
emotionally
But,
attached
yeah.
immediately. So
They're so good at that, and she said she wants to play some more of it.
Really?
So yeah,
That's
she's
awesome.
she's really, I guess she went into GameStop to sell like her iPod and her Wii or something the other day,
Mhm.
and she I guess there were some other guys there that were like "Oh, do you game?" And she's like, "Well, I'm working on it."
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. That's pretty good to hear.
Public announcement to all you guy gamers out there: don't freak out when you see a girl in a GameStop.
Please, yes.
And assume that she games. There's a lot of girls out there that game, and they shouldn't be treated any differently.
Exactly.
And that's kind of a big thing lately. I've seen around like, oh, women in games, like main characters or playable characters, and girls that game. And I know there's a lot of ridicule and negativity, but like also you gotta watch your positivity and like, I don't know, it like don't make it weird. They're just a human being that likes to game.
Yeah, and they can be just as good.
They're just much more attractive than you are.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, like I whenever I played Call of Duty back in the day, I had this one guy friend that I played with who was kind of out there as far as his aggressiveness, but every time there was a girl in the lobby, you know, any girl talked on the mic. Honestly, whenever anyone talked in the mic, he would just bash them for whatever reason.
Just to be a dick.
Just to be a dick.
Just because it was Xbox. That's what happens.
It's Xbox. That's exactly what happens.
Don't put it in your mic unless you have a deep voice, or that's it.
Dude, screw mics.
Yeah.
I hate playing with a mic. I hate listening to people.
I had so much fun playing with friends on Call of Duty.
I played a little bit. I think we talked about it before.
It's one of the biggest things I miss since quote unquote converting to PlayStation. I mean, I still have my Xbox. I actually renewed my live subscription the other day, and I have hardly touched it.
That's why I'm worried to renew mine.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be playing it that much. I'm too involved in League of Legends and RuneScape and stuff right now to even pick up another game.
You can't beat free stuff.
You really can't.
Dude, free stuff is great. And even the dollars that you do, eventually may put into it, totally well spent. I mean, on a product that you're putting that much time into that's free.
Oh, definitely. You're okay with spending like $5
I almost prefer to at a certain point in time, just to support, man. But I mean, League of Legends definitely has no problems.
Oh yeah, they don't need
the
any
international
extra support,
prize pool for like the tournaments, like $1 million or something like that.
Something around there. It's a big number that
ridiculous.
I wouldn't ever think of having.
Yeah, like for playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Yeah, people say, I tweeted something. I think it was about that. And it's like, video games are the future, people. Like, best embrace it.
Mm-hmm. You'll see it on ESPN sooner than later, for definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's like an esports gaming like website.
I'm saying just for the public eye to view video games as a more
well, I feel
seriously.
like esports itself would generate its own maybe channel or something. I don't know if ESPN would ever embrace something like that, but I think gaming itself wants to make its own thing. I don't think they want to share it with ESPN. Even if it would embrace it, I think it should be its own thing, and just be gaming.
Yeah, I get that idea. Whereas,
at least at the beginning. It's going to take forever.
There's going to be everyone that watches ESPN now is going to be like, video games aren't sports, get out here. It would be taken totally negatively.
But in about 10 years, when all these kids are playing video games
at the same time,
maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
I just think that they'd work better just being their own things. ESPN's for sports and gaming things is for gaming. Like, I don't think there needs to be a mix. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be coming into the public eye more. I mean, it's very, very popular online right now.
You know what I think is are you guys talking about having ESPN like games like
like certain
subcategory?
Yeah, just
is that what you're talking about?
Basketball,
because I think if they were to do that, that would be the only way that it would. Because
I'm
not
talking about them playing it 24/7. I'm talking
right.
I didn't think so.
Yeah,
no.
certain seasons.
Right.
But then it would differ for different games too. I don't know.
But
it's just an idea.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't go along with real sports, you know what I mean? Like, it should have, you have your ESPN, your actual sports, that is how it is now, and then you have maybe a separate channel or a premium channel where you have ESPN, like...
Esports.
Yeah,
don't forget that ESPN does have, like, a kajillion different channels.
Yeah.
Like, ESPNU and Alternative and this and
Classic.
that. And, Classic.
That's what I'm saying, is, like, it should be, like, something you can subscribe to.
I get that.
Where, I mean, it still will probably take some heat, but if they
If there's enough
market it
support
well.
behind it, then it's not going to matter how much
Yeah,
heat it takes.
it's just a matter of
Right, right.
time. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but it's happening.
Mhm.
Like, it's definitely overtaking the internet. It's a huge
Yes.
thing. Esports has taken off. League, been a huge proprietor to that. Hearthstone, I know, just all the Hearthstone podcasts I've been listening to lately, really talking about how they're trying to get off the ground with esports and put on different tournaments and stuff like that. Because Hearthstone's got a great following,
Mhm.
and it can be really, really popular. Just the style of game it is, and as simple as it is to just sit down and watch and start playing. Now, I think we kind of exhausted that subject,
Oh,
wherever
yeah.
that subject came from. I want to get into and over.
Into and over.
Into and over.
Into and over, one of our podcastly segments that we do.
Podcast.
Just stuff that we're into and stuff that we're over at the moment, like, maybe not doing or not playing or whatever. I'm going to speak for all of us at the moment and assume that all of our intos is League.
Oh, definitely.
League of Legends.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely that
I
right now.
thought that was going to be a pretty overarching one for us.
Yeah.
Late to the party, but better late than never.
Yeah. Shoot. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
we
I
all
remember-
forgot, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, as compared to when it came out.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't regret it. I'm
No,
you
yeah,
know,
I'm definitely.
I'm glad I
enjoying
played the
shit out of
games
it
that I
right now.
did whenever I did, and waited till now. I always wish that I could, give it a try,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but whether it's gonna
I-
last, I don't know.
I kind of
as far as
wish
me.
I would have, because I did play very, very little of it probably a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
2-3 years ago. I at this point now, I kind of wish I had at least played a little on and off in between, just so I'd have some more experience and be able to jump in easier with you guys and just kind of be more on the same level and not
Yeah.
like, oh crap, what am I doing?
Yeah, like that's how I felt when I started playing with my friends
Mhm.
because they're all level 30 diamond
Oh,
division and
yeah.
I'm not even in a division yet. And I'm like, which buttons do I press right now?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah,
you
that's-
control my keyboard and your keyboard at the same time.
Yeah, that's almost where I'm at.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting getting in, and it's still a ton of fun. I mean, just playing video games with friends,
Oh, it's
I
always
think is a blast.
It really is.
and being able to Skype and do that in separate locations or doing it all in one location. Granted, our internet works
Oh, yeah.
because the Midwest sucks and America's internet in general sucks.
Mhm.
Okay, little Microsoft Paint going on over here.
I think it's weird.
Yeah, our Twitter profile has an egg still. We haven't hatched.
I looked at that too.
I
I
when
figured I was
looking
just gonna make a default.
Okay,
That
so
works for
so
me.
check the L Twitter for a
at our
new.
brand new GFX. Lots of time.
By the time you're
Put
listening to
into this
this,
one.
it should be up.
Hopefully you
should
actually
be-
listen to this.
A little bit more than an egg.
Yes. We'll be hatched into a full-fledged Twitter account.
All 3 letters.
All 3 letters.
Wow.
All 3 of it. Over. Let's see. What am I over?
I haven't really been over too much lately. I've been kind of just like
Yeah.
everywhere. It's kind of like getting my fill through watching streams or I don't know. I'm not really over a lot of stuff. I haven't stopped doing anything within the past couple weeks
Yeah.
that I haven't been doing.
I'm over. I'm actually over Clash of Clans to an
Clash of
extent.
Clans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely. I
kinda
haven't touched
over
it
it.
in forever.
iOS games. I
Yeah, I
get
can
on
see
there
that.
every couple of days maybe and just collect gold and stuff.
I
and-
deleted my Real Racing game
Oh, wow.
to make space. It was like a gig and a half or 2 gigs.
Oh,
Wow.
So yeah, because
I
I was,
know
I was
you were
living on
rocking
space. I was
that.
like, oh man,
You were rocking
it's
that
a
for a
fun
long
game.
time.
It's just it takes.
Yeah,
I
2
mean,
gigs is kind
it's
of a,
it's that's the thing is
it's a hard
it's a
trade,
full game.
yeah.
For an iOS game, it's
Mhm.
a full game and
Yeah.
it takes your undivided attention, which I usually don't have time for.
Yeah, I remember
nowadays.
when we did. I remember when I was playing that. That was, almost a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah, I feel like maybe last fall at
Yeah.
least in the fall. That was a ton of
I
fun
know you were
though.
playing at least then.
I played back.
I started playing it at about a year and a half ago. It was around
Wow, it was
March
that
or
long ago.
April,
Yeah.
I think, because one of my buddies from Drum Corps showed it to me at the
Okay.
airport, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll download it. And then I downloaded it and passed him in
You
2 weeks.
you
as
told
far
me
as
about
level.
it, and I think I was
played the
playing
hell
it.
out of it.
I was playing it here. I think over the summer, and into the fall. Yeah, that was a fun game.
Mhm.
Dude, that and Bike Racer, holy crap!
Bike race.
Dang,
Yeah.
that was good.
The ultimate B-dubs game.
Yeah, that was when we were going to beat ups all the time.
Oh man.
Dang, those were the days.
Yeah,
Those were the early days of this friendship.
they really were.
Yeah, those were good
Mhm.
times. So yeah, I guess, kind of over iOS games, that and Boom Beach. I've been going back and forth about deleting them, but
I
something
should delete mine, honestly.
I think part of it is just I don't want to leave you guys. I don't want to let you down. But now that I know this, I
You say
might delete
Boom
it.
Beach?
Yeah,
Boom
it was
Beach.
made by the same
Why have I
people.
not heard of this?
It was
It's-
made by the same people that do Clash of Clans.
It's basically
Um,
the same thing, just on a beach.
Yeah, it's kind of different. It's got different mechanics, which I
Okay.
do enjoy a little bit better. But yeah, I was kind of doing that in the meantime when I was really into Clash of Clans. I was like, oh, everything takes forever. I need something else
So
to
you
keep me
would switch on
occupied.
and off.
Yeah, so I'd go back and forth, and I like super leveled
It's a
on
good
Boom
idea, yeah,
Beach.
because you can definitely get some more stuff accomplished in the time that you're waiting for other stuff to upgrade. So might as well.
I had the time where that was when we were adventuring in the woods. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna play on my phone for a while.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Cole, are you over anything?
I'm with you guys on Clash of Clans. That's the biggest thing I'm over. I'm over. I haven't touched my PS3. I'm sorry. I got my
Oh,
PS4.
same here.
I unboxed it. I probably have more games to play on PS3 than I do on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, on PS4, I've got Need for Speed I'm working on. I've picked up Watch Dogs. I've barely touched FIFA, unfortunately. But I've been playing.
We need
Played a little bit
multiplayer, some FIFA. That's
Let's
fun
get
stuff.
some
Yeah.
FIFA going.
Yeah.
Crap. I'm gonna grab my controller after this. Let's
That's
do
a
it.
fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, PS3. I've been thinking about breaking it out again, but
yeah, dude, I do
I
that.
broke it out
See,
again over here.
I
Zach
don't-
broke it
2
out
days
before I
ago.
did.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you were playing Black Ops. That's the only
I was
action it's
feeling it,
had.
playing against some bots. Yeah.
Jeez.
Sorry, PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Maybe someday you'll get
Poor
some love.
guy. Yeah, mine's been off for a while, and I feel really bad. And I'm like, I'm gonna play a PS3 game. And I'm like, I'm gonna play Hearthstone.
Doesn't play PS3.
And
Does
now,
not play
yeah,
PS3.
now it's League, and I
Well,
just
that's how I am with RuneScape lately. I log in and I like send some chats to my clanmates,
Yeah.
and then immediately get off after League has loaded. And I feel terrible. I'm
That's
like,
awful.
wow, I didn't even do anything like remotely productive. I literally just said, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
This guy gave
and
me a
then
mysterious
LOL.
box.
I've-
That's it.
I've kind
I
of
know.
been ignoring my PS4 as well, which I feel really bad about. I did get on and play the Child of Light demo,
Mhm.
and that was really good. Child of Light have been getting a lot of praise.
It looks really good.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah, the
I've-
art.
I've
It's
been seeing
a
stuff about that.
different RPG.
The art in it is amazing.
Oh
It
yeah,
looks
the art.
beautiful.
It looks like watercolor,
Mhm.
but yeah, the art style is phenomenal. I love like the 3D effect that the art style gives.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's very it's like it's almost like you're on a palette, like a watercolor palette, and,
Mhm.
and then the world that you're moving on the plane is out from that. But just the mechanic, the fighting mechanic is very different. It's on a timer thing.
Mhm.
And I feel like games have done it before. I'm not a huge RPG, so it's very, very new for me. And I liked how you could use the orb, your little companion person. You could slow down enemy attacks
Okay.
to make you catch up and then interrupt them, because you choose your attack and then there's a little time before you actually execute the attack. And so if you attack them in that small frame, then you interrupt them and they start over. And so they basically don't attack.
Oh.
So it adds another level of like, oh crap, do I need to use this power and pause, or just defend this round and then use my attack next time? Very, very, very cool mechanic. And the whole game is in rhyme. Entire game.
I saw the commercial for it.
Yeah,
That was all in rhyme.
Yeah,
I was
the
like, wow,
commercial
this
is.
And then I didn't realize that it carried over
Mhm.
into the game. That's really cool.
Yeah, all the dialogue in the game is in rhyme. Switching even between the characters, they'll
Wow.
finish the rhyme, and
Really?
very, very cool. So I just got to play the demo, which ended like right before your first boss. Looked really cool. It was like a 3-headed Hydra with each head was a different element,
Okay.
kind of
yeah.
like you're working with fire, earth, and water.
Okay.
Um,
That's definitely a cool boss aspect to have.
Yeah, and I was finding all these crystals. I think they're like crystal-esque or pieces, and like I could combine them and make a better one, or mold 2 different types together and make a different, and give my items buffs or debuff me and stuff like that. So, I mean, that was just the first little bit, and it was very, very fun getting into. So, I did play that on PS4, so I don't feel too bad. I would love to buy Transistor though and play that. That's
Yeah.
another action RPG I really want to get into.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen much of that. I've seen a little. I think I saw the trailer for
Mhm.
Transistor.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what it's about.
Well, it's an action RPG, and it's the people, Supergiant Games. They're the people that made Bastion, and Bastion was an Xbox, and now it's like a Steam computer game.
I know what you're talking about.
It's another action RPG. The Bastion, I think, was kind of a steampunky feel, and I don't know much more than that. I mean, I haven't actually played it, but Transistor, same kind of thing, action RPG with like a futuristic techie world. You're this chick, you have this sword that apparently talks or something like that, and it empowers you, and I don't know.
That's your superpower.
Yeah,
for your
that's kind of
character.
like your powerful thing, the sword, and
Mhm.
you do like real time fighting, like actual action fighting.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
But it
Like
does
it's
have
not turn-based.
yeah, it's
or-
not turn-based. You do actual action fighting
Okay.
with the sword and such, and
I like that.
and it's got RPG elements though, as you level and such. So,
Okay.
and incredible soundtrack from what I hear.
Ooh.
They say not to listen to the soundtrack unless you've played the game. Because I
that's the
think
first few games.
one of the aspects of the game is like the main character, she sings, she's like a singer or something. So
Hmm.
I think maybe the soundtrack, songs she might
correlates.
sing, it
Okay,
might
yeah.
spoil stuff or
That makes
things
sense.
like that. So
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it, even though I want to, because I love soundtracks.
I'll listen to it and tell you about it.
Okay.
I'm good at
You just don't-
releasing spoils.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, speaking of which, I was like half spoiled on the Game of Thrones, just because I had previously seen someone talk about, like, mention Father's Day,
Mhm.
and I read that tweet and I was like, oh crap, I don't know what to think of that. And then I saw like 2 words of yours, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, please don't tell me
probably
this is
didn't
what
help
I'm
that I put it in
thinking.
all caps too.
Yeah, you put it in all caps. You're screaming that.
I still haven't seen it. No spoilers.
Yeah, I know.
No
There's
spoilers.
like you can't spoil.
I'll get to it
I'm gonna
eventually.
spoil it.
I
on this
I
podcast
seriously
right now.
need to give you the first season. I've got them on Blu-ray.
Welcome to the Spoilers Podcast.
Spoiler cast.
Oh, can you imagine if that was an actual podcast?
Just
it
a
just
live-
goes around and spoils everything.
Spoils everything.
Your grandma dies tomorrow.
He was dead the whole time.
He was dead the whole time. Wow.
Vader's his father.
Snape doesn't kill Dumbledore.
Oh.
Anti-spoiler.
Anti-spoiler. Oh.
Anti-spoiler cast.
Pay attention to the glasses of water.
Got him. Oh yeah.
Swing away.
Swing away. That's a good movie. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I watched that for the first time with Alyssa. I want to say a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always thought it was like a scary movie, and
No,
I
it's
don't
just kinda like a
do
thinker
scary
almost.
movies. Yeah, but she has like this 3-disc combo M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, does it
Thing.
have Lady in the Water?
No, it has The Village, and it has Signs, and it has the other one I just spoiled.
That Signs was.
He was dead the whole time.
Huh?
Sixth Sense.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
Respoil.
Respoil. Oh well, it happens.
Go watch those movies anyway. They're fantastic.
I don't think I've seen Sixth
Speaking
Sense.
of spoilers, oh man, I just thought Fight Club.
Well,
Fight
we can't talk
Club.
about it though. So
I
next
know,
subject.
the movie. All right, so League of Legends talk. I don't know. We kind of already talked about that.
We did a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's just interesting.
It is.
I feel like it's weird because most of the games that I play, I enjoy mostly based on basically how well I do, you know. And League, I feel like I don't do that well, but it's still fun to play. Like it might be the fact that I know I still have plenty to learn,
Yeah, the learning curve on it.
but I mean playing with you guys is fun, you know.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't
definitely.
played, online games
Since
with
Call of
friends
Duty
since
days.
Call of Duty days.
It
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
And the
That's what I was
occasional
thinking
like
the other day.
multiplayer gather around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I definitely miss Call of Duty, but
Mm.
I think playing League is pretty fun with people.
It kind of fills the void a little bit in a weird way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
League is incredibly frustrating
Mm-hmm.
but also very, very rewarding.
It really is. If you make some nice plays, you're like, wow, I feel good about myself.
Yeah,
I
like
did-
you can make some good kills and you're like barely alive and you're like run away, you're like
Oh,
heck
yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
that was awesome, like your adrenaline's going. But then there'll be games where you're just sitting there, and I'm like not getting any kills,
Just taking it up the
and I'm
pooper.
just kind
yeah.
of like, I guess, holding the lane, and
And then like your first tower gets destroyed, and then it's like, oh, we still got 2 more
I'm
towers.
like, but
and
I'm
then-
not doing anything. Like, I feel like
over.
I'm not contributing at all to this game. Like, I
Mhm.
haven't destroyed a tower. I still haven't gotten a kill. I'm like, oh my god.
That's
And
how I feel
and it's like,
sometimes.
we're 40 minutes in. I haven't done anything.
got 2 kills, and it's like, yeah, I just played in like an hour and 15-minute long game, and
It's insane.
I finished going like, I only died twice, which for an hour of playtime,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty good.
That's
It's
really
really
good.
But I only got 5 kills.
I usually
was a
die 5 or
support
6
player.
times at least for a 30-minute,
Yeah.
40-minute game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like really using my head when I was playing today.
See, when I
It's
think
nice.
of like that time commitment, I'm always like, man, I could have put in like 4 or 5 good games of Hearthstone or more.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like, oh my gosh.
or like I could have completed
I would have been
so
like,
much
that's a
farther in the
trophy
story.
for any game that I have.
yeah, like could have gotten a trophy for that.
Yeah, I one thing that I think blows me away and really impresses me about the developers of League is that there's a lot of responsibility for the players as far as, you personally can do very well and really like help your team, but you can also really hurt them as well. Whereas there's a lot of games excuse
Oh
me,
yeah,
that
you
I've
can
played.
just feed the enemy.
Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
lot of games that I've played where it's just like, if one player's not doing well, like it's like, okay, you can usually come back. But, it really is a very team and very strategy based game.
Oh yeah,
And they just have they did a really good job of
like setting it up and then maintaining it.
right. Yeah, they did a really good job of communicating all those
Oh yeah.
those aspects of the game. So that's what I like about it. The fact that just the map setup itself, it the fact that you're the I guess the midline, the diagonal point,
Mhm.
the turrets, I guess that are the first turrets you go after.
Yeah.
It's farthest away from if you need to move in between lanes, but the closer you get to their home base or whatever it's called, the closer
easier it's
they
gonna be
are,
to move lanes
yeah,
and
the
really
easier it
switching
is for them.
ganks and-
Yeah,
I've never
It's a-
thought about that before.
Yeah, it's really cool. If you push far on all 3 lanes, then you're gonna be doing well. But if you only push well on like 1 lane, you could build all your forces, but then you have no side ganks coming in to where if you
Mhm.
get in trouble, you like. There's
See,
no way
that's
out.
really interesting. I've never really thought about just the map setup that way because
Mhm.
it is
Yeah.
just a block. Like, it's just
Mhm.
a square.
And if they would have set it up top and bottom, it would have been way different too.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
The going diagonal really is a game changer.
Huh.
right.
'Cause,
It's really brilliant the way they decided to. I'm all about games being fair.
Yeah.
And that's
It's like the utmost fairness.
Right. And
I'm-
I really like The Last of Us multiplayer because they had a lot of those precautions kind of set in where if someone gets too powerful, if someone finds an advantage, they have a really good offset to certain mechanics.
That's good because Call of Duty really didn't do that. They
Yeah.
set up,
Yeah.
they set up
It's
a
a-
map and didn't.
It's a pleasant change from Call of Duty.
They're like, I don't even care what this map
That's
plays like. As long as it looks cool, that's all I'm worried about.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I really
Let's
got
put a
fed up
crane in
with
it.
Call of Duty.
Trick shot him.
Yeah, it's just that and the power ups and the whatever you want to call the perks and crap. Like, it was just getting out of hand. I was like,
I
nope.
completely
I'm
There's so
done.
much there's so many variables to take in.
It's so
for the
ridiculous.
game.
I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, it rewards the people who study it the most.
Yeah.
You know?
Once you
Which-
look into it, you can really just
Yeah,
go in and
it's
not even
it's
fair.
almost an RPG of sorts because there's so many like in Ghosts there were so many stats and so many like the way they did the perks and stats and stuff. There's so much on the table to do. I don't know if you guys have messed with Ghosts at all,
I think
but
that's why I never picked it up.
it was
just too much.
I couldn't handle the multiplayer. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I got rid of it.
I don't know. As soon as it got to where it wasn't, I don't know. It didn't feel like Call of Duty anymore. Is when I
Mhm.
stopped playing.
Yeah, see, I don't need to play another Call of Duty. I don't think ever again.
I think because I missed Ghosts, I'm gonna really try to get into Advanced Warfare.
Really?
The next one. Yeah.
Call.
Yeah.
Destiny.
See,
Destiny. You don't need Call
I'm
of
not
Duty.
gonna ignore Destiny because I really liked that
I think
game.
you should try out both of them and then
Trade Call of Duty back in.
But yeah, because
let the amount of fun that you have with both of the games determine.
yeah. I mean, the
Enjoy
thing
it,
is,
really.
the way I always played the other Call of Duties is I played from day one,
Mhm.
and I wasn't able to do that with Ghosts, so that's why I really didn't get into
Oh,
it.
that's
But
true. Actually,
you're gonna
I didn't
have
do that either.
more
Yeah.
fun with me playing Destiny.
But playing day one on any
I'll
game
do
is
both at
pretty
the same
fun.
time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I can't. I
Especially
poo-poo
those
on Call of
multiplayer
Duty
games.
But
Mhm.
I used to be balls deep in Call of Duty back in the day, so it's just changed, and I'm just not into that anymore, and I can't put the
Yeah.
time into it. I'm
Yeah,
interested
true.
in too much. I like story more than anything, so I'm really looking forward to Last of Us, but
Mhm.
then again, I don't know if I am, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to put the time or money into it when it comes out.
The new one, yeah.
I really, really want to, because I still need to play it on Survivor. And
Yeah.
I would want to do it like my first playthrough on PS4 so I could get that platinum just that much easier.
Mhm.
Because I did not platinum it on my PS3.
Yeah.
There's just too much work. I just don't know what to do. But man, yeah, Call of Duty and League.
Definitely have
Yeah.
similar play styles almost.
I'm equally excited. I'm so mad that Destiny was only like a 2 or 3 day thing. I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I know you
I'm-
didn't really get to put a bunch of time in it.
right.
Oh, okay.
I there's a couple, Destiny did a really good job as far as fairness too. As I played mostly the multiplayer, but I had this my
The multiplayer being specifically in Destiny, the Crucible matches.
The Crucible.
Because technically the whole game is multiplayer, since it's
Okay,
an
right,
MMO.
okay,
Just to
yeah, you're
clarify
right.
for everyone out there that
You're
doesn't
right.
quite know.
The
and be
Crucible.
Like, oh, but the whole thing's multiplayer. No, he means the Crucible. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, at me, dude.
Don't talk to me.
Do not. No. But yeah, the Crucible. My playstyle in Call of Duty was always usually pretty aggressive. Unless I was sniping, I usually ran SMGs and just kind of rushed.
Yeah.
Went for the objectives a lot, and
Mhm.
I really felt like I shined in Call of Duty as far as like the quick responsiveness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Always
use
playing
that to
on
my
those high
advantage.
sensitivities and I
Right,
gotcha,
right.
yeah.
I use that to my advantage, and I tried. When I played Destiny, I would spawn a vehicle, go straight to the
Like the flag.
the flag
Yeah.
or whatever it was, the area, and I usually wouldn't last very long.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I had to take a different approach. Kind of be a little bit slower about it. I mean, because that's just how I am. I mean, you saw that in League, and I get incredibly frustrated because I'm just
Oh,
like
yeah. 'Cause he
run
was,
and
like, trying
gun,
to go in,
get
and
in
then it's
there,
like-
get in the action, and mess people up. But it doesn't happen that
Yeah.
way
Mhm.
because A, it's not designed to be like that, and B, I'm not that good of a player to just go in and tear people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm still a little unfamiliar as far as the radar in Crucible.
Yeah.
It's
Is it like the Halo radar at all?
It's
I like the
I do
mini-map.
like the radar,
Uh-huh.
the heads up display.
Yeah,
in
because it's not a
Destiny.
map.
Right.
It's just it's
It's
simply
just
a radar.
pure, vehicles and players. I
Yeah,
believe.
I think it's
So it is like
players.
the-
It is like Halo, but the way it alerts you of players is the ring around the
bubble.
the radar part,
Okay.
the ring around it. It'll highlight where like the direction where enemies are.
Okay,
And it'll
so
have
like a
different-
little section like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
it'll like
sectioned
it'll
off
like
like a-
highlight the outside rings if they're kind of far away, and then it'll start filling in like slowly.
Oh, okay.
It has
So
a
you got,
different
like,
levels based on how either
it's a radius,
like how
and
loud they're
then-
being with their. I believe whenever they shoot, it also.
I feel
shows
like
up.
it does. Yeah, it does that mechanic like in Call of
So-
Duty. They light up brighter when they're making obviously
Mhm.
more noise.
Yeah.
And it's segmented off, kind of like a pie chart.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's what I was
segmented off in
okay.
sections, and then like when they're right on top of you, the middle's glowing. You're like, I'm dead.
Then
Yeah.
that's
Usually
when you look
a
at
second
the
later.
regular screen instead of the HD.
Yeah, I'm like,
Right.
oh
Here's the
hey,
part where I get to
there's a
shoot
lot
stuff.
of red
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
screen. What's up?
And it also has an alert for whenever they're like basically on top of you on different levels or like in your really close vicinity.
Mhm.
It'll like highlight the center of the radar.
Yeah, see that
Or
freaks
whenever
me
they're
out
close
because
by.
I'd be like up on a second floor or on top of a building, and then my ring would be lighting up. I'm like, oh crap! And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
dang, these people are like right below me.
Yeah. I still love the Last of Us radar setup. Just the fact that it highlights it puts emphasis on being quiet and stealthy. Like it's
Yeah.
exactly how real-time combat would go if you were in this situation.
Mhm.
If you're running around, your enemy can hear you, and if you're staying still, you're at an advantage, and your enemies have the listening mode as well. So you also have to take that into effect. In real time, all you have to do is listen, and you can hear a whole lot. I'm
Mhm.
playing Call of Duty sometimes, and like I would use what was it, Dead Silence Pro?
Sitrep.
Sitrep Pro. Yeah. in Modern Warfare 3, I think. Whatever makes their footsteps louder. I would use that a lot because I love playing that
Yeah, if
way.
you just,
Like
like,
I
play
liked being sneaky
tactically.
when I needed to be, and I don't want to say I was a sound whore, but I mean I was just
I definitely was. I'll
I
definitely
used
admit
my
that.
I used it to my advantage.
Yeah,
I'll say
and I mean,
that.
I think that's something that not a lot of people utilize. Like,
Right.
even people that do have turtle beaches and stuff may not use something. They just like, oh, I want the sound and the guns and
It doesn't make sense. to
and
me.
like the
Mhm.
regular people just playing on their TVs, you're not going to get that kind of precision
Unless
most of the
you-
time.
If you have an HD TV,
Yeah.
it's pretty close. Yeah.
But I think, because you were Cole, you're awesome at Last of Us multiplayer.
I picked it up pretty well. I
Because
figured out
I
my
think
class.
your play style was
Mhm.
very similar.
It matches
You're
perfectly.
good at sneaking. You're
Like-
very, very good at sneaking.
Like it was like because Last of Us you cannot be aggressive. It's like just
it's not
they
Sam's
pretty much
game.
rule that out. That's why Sam
And it's,
hated it so
it's a
much.
lot like the game, though. I think that the thing
Right,
is, it's
exactly.
like the campaign. It's like the story.
It's
Like
how it
they
should be.
didn't change mechanics
it
at all.
make-
Because
it
usually
makes
the story
sense.
is so much easier than live game.
Right.
it's
That's the thing. Is it makes sense. Like
So
you
playing
have
the
to
story actually aided you.
Because Call of Duty
Totally.
story, if you look at it this way, Call of Duty story is a lot more slower paced because you can't just run and gun. If you're playing on the correct difficulty for
Yeah.
you can't just run and gun through all these levels and like you have to take cover, you have to be smart, you have to throw a couple grenades, like strategically.
Mhm.
The campaign's not a breeze all the time in Call of Duty, but it seems like online it is like you can just run around and
Yeah,
shoot
do
people
whatever you
and
want.
do. It's crazy. It's a
Right.
madhouse.
It's a very it's
But
it's
Last
very
of
it can be a
Us-
very loner game.
Last of Us, on the other hand, the story is very slow. It's very sneaky. I mean, you're trying to get past zombies and other people that want to kill you. You have to be very smart with supplies and strategic and how you use them.
Mhm.
And then the multiplayer does the same exact thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
cool
Like
aspect.
it
It's
makes
so
sense.
beautiful.
Call of Duty multiplayer, like you're just you're running around and you see things and you're like, why can't that guy hear him? He's like if you're watching it in real time, it's like he's right around the corner.
Yeah.
He should be able to hear him, or he wouldn't go run out in the middle of the firefight
Yeah,
and
you
come out
don't
on
run
top
out in the
with
middle
like
of
a
the
triple
map.
kill, bleeding all over the place and end up winning.
Yeah.
Whereas Last of Us, you take damage and
You
If
really
you don't
take
get
damage.
cover
You have to-
or
yeah.
anything
Mhm.
soon, you're dead.
Right. You have armor, but like the armor makes sense. It
Yeah.
breaks after a certain amount of damage that it takes,
doesn't
and
heal
healing,
back.
healing.
You have to
It's
heal
real time
yourself.
healing,
Yeah.
and same with everything. It just
In the
makes
melee.
sense.
Oh man,
Melee.
the melee is where it's at.
It's as close to raw human versus human
Mhm.
combat that it gets.
Yeah, I think The Last of Us multiplayer is fantastic.
It just
and
makes sense.
I am hoping to dive back in and get better at that on PS4.
Mhm.
I think it'll be really good.
I'll
'Cause
most
the
likely be
controller-
playing a
just
lot
the
of
controller
multiplayer.
is so good.
hmm
The DualShock 4 is just spectacular.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm wondering if they're going to do anything with the touchpad.
Probably. I assume a mechanic or two. It might make it simpler to tap the touchpad or tap and hold.
Mhm.
I like games that do that. Like Infamous kind of did to drain powers and stuff. Oh, I guess you don't know. You haven't played it.
Nope.
I forget. You have a
Not yet.
PS4, but you haven't played that. But Infamous, how
It'll be a
you
while.
soaked up powers was you press and hold on the touchpad when
That's
you're near
cool.
something, and so
Hmm.
it was neat because all your other buttons, like it didn't take up another button,
Mhm.
and so it's an extra button on a controller that is super usable and
That
like
you can use for a lot of things.
yeah,
just
like
the fact
they could
that-
have added swipe. Like there were some swipe things, but like, and some games try harder than others to implement that. But I
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
like
a
how
lot of the
Infamous
developers
did.
are still
It
learning.
was simple, neat, and I think because they're all scared of making it gimmicky. That's what everyone didn't want. They're like, oh, I don't want this gimmicky touchpad. But it's really it's great if you do it smart. So
Yeah.
I hope The Last of Us puts something, maybe a melee kind of mechanic, even if it's just in the story. I think for meleeing, like a swipe up or a swipe down.
Oh yeah.
I know Killzone did that on the Vita, and I thought it felt pretty natural, just right on the screen, because it's very
Yeah.
very close to where your thumbs already are.
Yeah.
So something like that, I'd be intrigued to see.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I mean,
I feel like it'd be
I
cool
really-
to have. Oh, go ahead.
I really like the controls. So like, if they want to keep it how it is, I would get it. But yeah, I mean, they have a lot of options with the touchpad as
Mhm.
far as just leaving it.
Mhm.
I don't think they should.
That'd be cool.
I don't like where Watch Dogs, they use the touchpad. You tap the touchpad, it brings up your map. I'm like,
Oh, see, that's how it is in
that
Tomb Raider.
that's
feel like that
that's
would
an
be
options
too-
menu.
I
Yeah.
kind of
know?
like it though. I like the quick menu select. Tomb Raider used the touchpad in that way, where you touch and held it for just a second, and it brought up the menu. And I honestly really like it,
Really?
because I found myself using the map a lot in Tomb Raider. A lot of the levels you get bigger and more complex and multi-level. So I was trying to figure out, where I was, and once you do a tomb, it highlights all of the things there are to find in that place. So like I was
Mhm.
constantly bringing up the map, trying to get everything because I'm very completionist.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was playing through that, which was a long time ago, I like the mechanic of the touchpad being the map because it didn't take going into an options menu and then going down to the map and then going,
Yeah.
this or that.
It was nice in PS3 whenever you had to select. I liked having that for a map button.
Yeah.
So it was different from touchpad.
That-
The touchpad. I just think that using the touchpad for a map is, you
Not
have a
its
lot
best
more.
use.
Right.
I
You have
gotcha.
so much more versatility
Yeah.
to use that for.
Well, but, but that's the beautiful thing. Is it's open for those options, but it can also be select. Like for people that are used to on PS3, it's also can be a select button if the developer chooses to do
Mhm.
so. We're running about 50 minutes. If we want to wrap it up, I feel like we've had a pretty good talk this selection.
Yeah. Last of Us.
Yeah,
July 29th.
While we were on the Last of Us subject, we want to close with this. Last of Us does launch July 29th. We're assuming that it does have a midnight release. I don't know if that's a for sure thing or not. Are you digital or are you disc? Are you getting it on the disc?
I do want to get it on the disc.
Okay.
I'm more of a disc.
So hoping that we do get a midnight release that for the disc. We are going to do a GCL podcast kind of intro, starting at 11:30 Central Time.
PM Central Time. On July 28th. The night
It
before.
would be on July 28th because the 29th at midnight. 12 a.m. is when it comes out. So on the 28th at 11:30 p.m. we would do a podcast kind of intro. We'll remind you more of that as we get closer. We're still working out some of the details on how it's going to be broadcast. It's going to be broadcast live on Twitch.
Live via Twitch, and I believe we're going to be posting the video to YouTube. That's my plan.
Our plan is to get a recording so we can post it on YouTube. Maybe get the audio.
Mhm.
I don't know if the audio might not make sense, but we do want to make that available to watch when it's not live. But yeah, join us live. Cole, what is your Twitch?
My Twitch account is ForteWin2, twitch.tv /PHORTAYWYNN, and then the number 2.
Forte Win 2.
I think I probably used
That'll
tried
be
to open an account with regular Forte Win. They're like, it's taken. I'm like, it's mine.
That sucks. But yeah, that'll be on Twitter. We'll put definitely our gamer names somewhere on Twitter at either at GCO Podcast or at our respective Twitters. Cole is at Cole Penrice, Pen and Rice, the last name. I'm _Brookalary. Good luck. And Zach is at Zach Drinks 40s.
With numbers and not just letters.
That's
And no
a 4
apostrophes,
a
just
40
apostrophes.
All
S.
lowercase. Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter
And
didn't allow that.
this Last of Us stream is going to be the story mode, not multiplayer. We're gonna play through the story and talk about the
kind of like a
the
commentary.
upped effects. Yeah, It's gonna be a stream gameplay commentary, kind of talking about what we see, what the differences, particular portions that I like, and I should be able. It shouldn't.
I mean, you can
take too
expect
long.
the
played
general game called life tomfoolery and and fun.
We're gonna be
times.
having a good time.
But
I
we
will
we will be playing The Last of Us at the same time and kind of focusing on that.
Mhm.
So definitely plan to join us for that. I mean, you can follow the story if you've never played it.
I've never-
and
at
don't
least
mind.
if
I've
you-
never played it, so I'm definitely going to be
yeah.
following pretty
Yeah.
hard.
If
So-
you haven't played or seen any of the story, this is going to be the best chance for you guys to see it. It's going to be the best HD. It's going to be as soon as it comes out.
Yeah,
and
we'll
it's
and
gonna
we'll be discussing
me playing, which I've played it
Yeah.
probably 15
Oh, yeah,
times
the
through
best.
this story.
So you'll
He's the Last
I've
of Us
mastered.
pro.
I've remastered.
He's the GCL Last of Us professional here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that is
So-
my forte.
We can discuss
First
finer
platinum.
points of the story. Try
Mhm.
not to spoil it, I guess, along the way. But yeah, come join us for that along as we play that July 29th. It's still a ways down the road, but we'll just keep reminding you of that as we go along. Like I said, find us on Twitter at GCL Podcast. At _Bricklary is me, Josh. You can find me on the PSN Jinx, JYNX, with a hyphen at the end. At Cole Penrice would be Mr. Cole Penrice. He is.
Yeah, buddy. My gamer tag / PSN username is ForteWin without the two. PHORTAYWYNN.
And Zach Drinks 40s on Twitter. Mr. Zach Pittman
I
can
don't
be
have a
found.
PS4, but you can definitely add me on League if you wanted to, and it's just Pitboy Supreme, and it's PITTBOY, and then Supreme, all one word.
Yeah, League. I forgot
Add me
about
up there.
that.
Same
I'm
with
definitely
League.
down to play.
I'm
That's
the
my-
Jinx on League. Just the and then Jinx, no hyphen at that.
I've got the same.
Forte
I believe,
win?
yeah.
Oh man, lucky you.
Yeah, I
Keeping
love
them
having such a.
universal, it's
People-
nice.
see,
I love
yours is-
having such a unique. I thought of it, back in middle school, and I love, it's such
And
a
it's, like,
unique
easy
game,
to
and I
use
like
on
it.
all of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought Jinx was pretty unique, but man, people like using Jinx.
Oh yeah,
It sucks. So I
Yeah.
gotta find different ones.
It sucks
but-
that it was a Pokemon.
yeah.
Pokemon
If it wasn't a
character.
Pokemon,
Well,
I
it was
think you would've
spelled
had-
differently.
Still,
The Pokemon,
Was
but
it?
yeah, still,
Was
yeah.
it? I don't think.
Jinx
I thought it was
is-
spelled. I thought no.
I'm,
well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Pokemon is JY.
Yeah,
thought it was
Pokemon
JI.
is JY,
Yeah, it is.
Oh no.
but the actual Jinx Yomi Soda, I think that's
See,
I.
because I named it differently. I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be Jinx like the clothing company, like JINX, because that's the nerdy clothing company. Shout
Oh,
out to
is it?
Jinx. They should be a sponsor. But yeah.
Get good at. Stuff.
Anyway, so yeah, that was all our Twitters, and
Yeah.
And
join
other
us
gaming
next time
news.
here on the GCL podcast. Tweet us your questions, connect with us online, play some games with us. We don't have any friends, so we want to play with you.
These are
Play
both of
with
my
us.
friends.
And come
If
listen
any of
to
you
us
guys,
next time.
if any of you guys are on the night shift, on my days off, I play late nights. Sometimes I take nights off and play at 2, 3 in the morning. Those are the
Yeah.
best times to
Just
get in contact
anytime.
with me.
Check us out.
Yes.
Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Twitch, and watch us when we stream. And we will see you out there in the gaming
Like
sphere.
us, follow us, retweet us, share us with your friends.
Do everything. You know what to do, Internet. Let's do this.
Yeah, do the internet stuff.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.